everybody. It's Willie Jolley and my beautiful bride. Come on over here, beautiful bride. What's your name?
Dee.
Dee Taylor-Jolley. We got our Howard University parents shirts on tonight. Howard dad and Howard mom. And we our son's a graduate of Howard University Law School.
So we're proud parents.
Here we are. And so welcome. Linda Kazera, so good to see you. And it was so good to see you and your hubby in Nashville, Tennessee last week. And y'all were so kind to say all the nice, wonderful things you say about this show and the impact. They've been married for a long time. And they even said that
more than 40 years.
40 years.
More than 40 years, right?
Yeah. And they were just so supportive. So thank y'all. And they buy books for people who get married and copies of my book.
Who will benefit from our information.
Amen. And Senior Terrence, thank you for joining us. Greg Kazura is over here, and we're back home together. Good job with that.
People, Robert.
And Robert, my man, Robert Kennedy the third, my brother. They've been married 47 years, Greg just said. It's good to have you, Robert. It was so good to see you in Nashville. And I am so grateful for all our friends at the National Speakers Association who came up to us at the convention and said, we know about your show. We watch your show. It's fantastic. We are just blown away every time somebody says they watch it. We just don't know.
But how do we know if they don't communicate with us?
We don't. So we want to thank everybody for your support and so many who have shared it with their family and friends. And we're very grateful.
We like your thoughts. We'd like to know who communicates with us. So it's not just one-way communication. And do I sound nasal? She
sounds nasal.
Because I am.
Because she is. So, but she got her big old glasses on. So.
Your frames match well the lettering, but these are some of my favorite glasses, and they're broken, and I've had the optometrist repair them, and they're still broken. So.
She got about 20 million kind of glasses around here. Anyway, welcome everybody. We've had a great last, challenging and good. We were in Nashville for the National Speakers Association convention and got to see Robert and Linda and so many others. Had a great time. Then we came back for a day, and then we went to Atlanta and then on to Alabama.
The goal was Birmingham, Alabama.
Anniston,
but who knows Anniston? You say Birmingham.
They'll know who it is. It's a little outside of Birmingham, where I spoke at the funeral of our dear friend, Dr. Maury Riggins, and we just celebrated.
Outstanding man.
Great man. He's the husband of my lifelong friend, Dr. Ravinia Brock. Most people know her as a television personality, Dr. Rowe. And he had a bout with cancer, and so, but we give God glory for a lifelong life. Okay, let's first, we hadn't even welcome everybody, tell them the truth. I'm Dr. Willie Jolley.
Don't you think they know?
You're assuming. That's an assumption. And in radio, you never make that assumption.
This is radio.
It's television, same difference. In media, you don't assume people know who you are. They might have just stumble upon here. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about tonight first, and then we're going to do that. We're going to talk about compromise and how it can be good, or if not used well, it can take your relationship down the tubes.
To compromise or not.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And so you want to stay tuned for this message. But we're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage, available at jolleymarriage.com, jolleymarriage.com. We recommend you get 2 copies or you get the bundle. Next, we want to tell you that so many people have taken advantage of the relationship repair series that we did during the month of June. It was 6 programs, 5-part series and a bonus session that was part of it. And that is available now. And if you will register and get it tonight, we'll throw in a digital copy of this program, the live seminar, 2 CD seminar. Well, it's not going to be in CDs. It's going to be a 2-hour seminar that you will get as a digital download as part of it. That's a $40 value by itself. And so we're going to throw that in. So if you go to jolleymarriage.com/events, jolleymarriage.com/events, you will get that whole relationship repair series. And Terrence says, get the book. Get the book. I thank you, Terrence, for saying that, because you've told so many people. Linda and Greg Kazare have told so many people.
Okay, so our updated name is the Jolley
Marriage Show. We got to tell people. We got a new name for the show, folks.
We're constantly updating and improving what we're doing.
What's the name of the show?
The name, the Jolley Marriage Show.
The Jolley Marriage Show is the new name for the show. And the website for those who want to see it is jolleymarriageshow.com. Jolleymarriageshow.com. Mm-hmm. All right. That's great. I love it. The Jolley Marriage Show and jolleymarriageshow.com for those who want to see the replays on YouTube. So bravo, bravo, bravo to Cheryl Reagan. We got to give Cheryl Reagan our shout out. Okay, let's talk about tonight's subject area and how important it is. It's in the topic of compromise.
So compromise means that you have to communicate to be able to compromise. So why don't you share your story as to why we are discussing that? And compromise falls under the heading of communication. So it's difficult to compromise if you don't communicate.
That's right.
And if you don't communicate effectively. Now, what does that mean? Communication means different things to different people. So it's not just the words, it's the body language, it's what you don't say. It's all of that.
Well, let's do a definition. What is compromise? What it is? Let's start with that, because I think that's important. Because I don't want to make sure we have semantics.
So Webster's dictionary says, do you still use Webster's dictionary? Okay, so Webster's dictionary, or the online definition, says that compromise is an agreement, or it's a settlement. It's an agreement or a settlement of a dispute between parties where you've made concessions. That's the key. So you had disagreement, you talk it out, and then nobody gets 100% of what each wants, but you give a little. That's a concession. Okay, you give this, I give this. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do it. So it's a give and take until you end up with, okay, this is what we have to work with.
And we're both happy.
Yes.
Okay. So
the goal is to not kill the other person. The goal is for both parties to walk away feeling like they have won. That's the compromise.
Okay. And listen to both sides, agreement, understanding, settlement, terms, accomplishment. Okay. What brought this to the fore is I get a lot of calls. I get a lot of calls from people who want, all emails, not calls all the time, but emails from people. And some of them want
to text.
Well, sometimes text, but mostly it's emails or calls. And this situation was that the husband, who will remain nameless, went on vacation with his daughters from a previous marriage. He left his baby son with the new wife and their new son at home, because this was daddy-daughter vacation. The plane was delayed coming back, and he got in really, really late. The wife and the little boy, the wife had scheduled for the little boy swimming lessons in the morning, starting at 10:30. The husband gets in 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He's so tired, he doesn't go upstairs. He just falls out on the couch. Zap. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, the little boy comes waking him up or making noise. He says, "Oh, I gotta go." And the wife says, "Well, you're supposed to take him to swimming." He said, "I can't do that now. I'm wore out. I'm tired. You take him." Well, she don't like that, because she done had him all week. And
he's tired from being on vacation.
Well, he's actually tired from the flight being late and getting in late. But yes, he came from vacation. Okay, so we talking through this. And so
I'm just trying to make sure I have all the details.
So the question comes, The wife is not feeling it. She takes the boy, but she ain't happy. And she is what we would call in her feelings. So the question is, what was given to me, who's right, who's wrong? And my answer was,
what would some of our listeners say?
Yeah, what would the listeners say? Let me get a little bit of listeners. But I'm gonna give you what my answer is. Anybody listeners got any chat? Hello, Cynthia Green, marriage visionary strategist. Thank you so much for joining us. Clement Targo is a broker. We got Clement. And the number 3, Sherry Elliott's here. Great. Got some of our crew is joining us tonight, and we're glad of that.
Okay, so quick summary.
Land Pack over here. Lander Pack, I'm sorry.
Okay, so quick summary. There is an unhappy couple because one has been on vacation in the islands and comes home exhausted from a delayed flight and falls asleep actually on the sofa and does not go up to greet his wife or anything. Then comes to bed later on and then is awakened by the baby boy, who is then saying, okay, I'm ready for swim class.
Yes.
And he's not able to do it because he's exhausted.
He wore out.
Okay. And that's when he communicates that to his wife.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's not happy.
And she's not happy. Okay.
And it creates...
So to me, it's clearly a lack of communication. You want to break it down? What did you say?
So I told them, which is what I tell most couples about whatever the issue is not, the issue is immaterial in the greater sense of things. It's about the system that you don't have to fix issues. So Terrence says, sounds like little boy going swimming is not the true issue. Something probably most likely happened. Well, what most likely happened prior was she been taking care of his baby all week. That's what happened. And he been on vacation. So the swimming is just the straw that broke the camel's back. But she was expecting him to take the baby. Now, thank you, Miss Christine Jones. Thank you. So here is what I told them. It's not the issue. I've told a number of couples, your issue is not the most important issue here. The issue that is important is you don't have a system for dealing with conflict, disagreement, different agendas. We're going to have them. This is just one. This is just one out of a million might happen. We've had people who going to turn off the light. Somebody said something. Okay. Here is the issue. You don't have a communication system. So I said, what would have happened if that had happened to me and Dee?
First of all, that would not have happened.
That would have not happened. A number of reasons it wouldn't happen. First of all, we've never been on vacation apart, ever. Okay. Now I'm not criticizing them because he did ask the wife if she wanted to go, and she said she would rather stay home. But he asked, Renee said, why did he go on vacation along with his daughters? He did ask the wife, but she had other things planned. So taking the little boy who might be vaccinated, she was concerned of taking him to a different country. Now, there are a lot of issues. So that's why he didn't go. But we've never been on vacation anywhere without each other. That's first. But second, if I had gone when I was traveling.
That does not mean that when he is asleep for 2 or 3 days, initially when we go on vacation, that have a whole separate life.
Yeah.
I'm at the gym all day.
When I go on vacation,
first, he sleeps for 2 or 3 days.
I'm wiped out for 2 or 3 days.
He needs to know where I am. So.
I don't know where. But when I was traveling a lot by myself, which is no longer the case either, we travel together, and I come in late, flight delayed or something, and I'm wore out, maybe that, but I'm gonna make sure that nothing else. I'm coming upstairs and give her a kiss on the cheek, on the head.
I want to know where he is.
That she's okay. She knows I'm okay. That's priority. Second, when I would come upstairs and say, I'm home, how you doing? we're going to probably ask what we do every day. What's on the docket for tomorrow?
I think that's a learned thing too. That's all about.
Well, we've learned that.
How you choose to communicate, because my schedule revolves around your schedule 9 times out of 10.
Okay. But if we had a schedule, that you had your own schedule, I have my
I have certain things that I do.
Right.
But we always ask each other, what's on your schedule? And even when we had kids in the house, because there were things going on in different kinds of schedule, who's taking who, where, and what's the activity, what's your schedule?
Right. So we asked that question, what's your schedule? Next thing we were saying was, she would have said, we got swimming in the morning, and you're supposed to take baby boy to swimming. Now, I wore out. I get that. I mean, the plane was delayed. I couldn't control that. We had a flight canceled while we were in Nashville, and we had to wait another 4 or 5 hours. Well, thank God we stayed at the hotel, and they gave us an extended break. Shout out to the Opryland Hotel for doing that, by the way. Thank you, Opryland. But if I'm coming in late, I would have said, what we're going to do? I would say, look, I wore out. Could you do me a favor? Would you take him this week? Let me sleep. When you come back, I'll be rested. I will take him for the rest of the weekend, and I'll take him next week. And it'd be my pleasure. And whatever you want to do this week is on you. Just let me know. You got it. There's a compromise. Help me here. I'm tired. I'm really wore out. If you do this for me, I will make it up to you.
So compromise is a subcategory to the communication, which is
the communication is the key, which is what I said to this couple. Y'all are arguing about stuff that's all based on communication or lack thereof. And so, folks, we talk about it in the book. By the way, if you don't have the book, the chapter we give away, excuse me, to any and anybody who want it all over the world, go to jolleymarriage.com, get the communication chapter number 4. That's the biggest chapter in the book. We give it away free because even if you don't buy the book, we want you to have an impact, a positive impact on your marriage or relationship with your significant other. Oh, by the word, significant other. Cheryl, my assistant, sent me my vice president of marketing sent me this funny joke. I got to share this about being significant other. She said, always make sure someone in the relationship has good credit. That's why it's called significant other. Sign if I can't. Significant other. Anyway.
That's terrible.
I know. Okay. So Rene Godefroy, my dear friend, a great speaker from Haiti, who is in Atlanta. He's one of the best in the business. He says he should have gone upstairs and communicated. There you go. And there's a lot we didn't know about what we know. That's right. You got to go up there. And let's see what Terrence says. Terrence says, where's the kindness? Yeah. Don't take each other for granted. And there could be a safety issue if he's not rested. There's a lot of stuff here. But that's this communication about what it is, and then being compromised and saying,
I hadn't thought about this. Also being on travel. Okay, he's now back. He's been out of the country. Was there a COVID test?
You had no, they relaxed the COVID test for getting back in the country now, I think. But in Jamaica, you have to have one to go in. I know that. And in America, you had to have one come in. I think they released it. We had to have one 24 hours in advance. Okay, but when we were in St. Martin, but that's not the main issue. Main issue is communication and being willing to say to each other, compromise. Now, when we wrote the book, we interviewed a lot of couples, and one of those couples was Biddy or Vivian and Bill Dexter. His nickname is Dexter, but his real name is Bill. Her name is Vivian, but we call her Biddy Clark. And they've been married for 40 some years. And thick and thin, sickness and health, they've been through it all. And when we interviewed them, had over dinner, So what's the secret to your marriage success? And they said it out of their mouth the same time. Compromise. Give and take. It's almost like they were like a stereo. Not like one said it. Compromise.
Here's what I think. I'll interject and
Okay.
say,
yeah.
Why would you even be willing to compromise? Because you love that person.
Yeah.
And so you can't get to compromise if you don't genuinely love the other person, and I believe and want the best for them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. So okay. So you out all night, you come in late. What am I thinking about? I want Willie to know that I'm okay.
Yes.
Or my plane is delayed. What do?
We text each other.
We would text. Text our son. Okay, we're late. We text Cheryl. It's delayed. We're wherever, right?
Right.
Because we care about what they think. We don't want them worried about us because those are people we love.
That's right. So
the fact that stepping back further, okay, you have to be willing to compromise. You got to communicate. Sometimes people don't communicate because they really don't like each other. Well, not at that depth. Well, I know you don't want me to go there, but that is.
Go ahead, Dee. I know you're about to get. You got that sound in your voice.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, when you really genuinely care about somebody and you love them as much or more than yourself, you are going to think about them before you think about yourself. When you think about them before you think about yourself, it removes the selfishness.
Right.
And I think that is part of the problem.
Let me read
my humble opinion.
I think that's great. That's great. Let me give you two parts to this. First is what Dee just talked about, which is consideration. Page number 84. Be considerate in the book. Be considerate. If you're happily married, you must learn to be considerate of your mate. You must think about your spouse as often as you think, as much as you think about yourself, said marriage veteran Herman Thompson. Some of you've heard this before, but it's so good. Herman and his wife, Claudia, and by the way, Herman has gone on to be with the Lord since he wrote this, were married for over 50 years. They shared a story with us about being considerate. What happened when they were first married has helped them stay married. Herman's mother, I'm going to give you the synopsis. His mother was a great cook, and he and the family would always sit down to these great meals. One day he came home from work. On his way home to see his mother, she had finished dinner, and all the family and friends were getting ready to eat. He got pulled up a chair. She said, his mother said, She said, you married now. Now, you don't pull up a chair. First, you go home. If your wife cooked, you eat what she got. If she didn't cook, then you bring her back and y'all eat together. You must think of her as much or before you think of yourself. That was
so if each one of you are thinking of the other, it's like a cycle.
There you go.
And it's like the stirring up. It's like the blending. That was another session we had. We were talking about blending.
Blending. That was in the RSS. That was in the relationship repair series.
So it's the blending. So, you're two different people, but you love each other more than you love yourself. What a perfect combination.
Hey, by the way, I'm thinking about it. Renee Godifred has a big Clubhouse following. Renee, we should do a jump on at some point on your Clubhouse to invite people, or you should tell your Clubhouse folks to invite them for Monday night, 9:00 here to be part of this, because we want millions and millions and millions of people to be inspired. So I'm glad you're on tonight. Here is another piece from the book, Compromise. Compromise, by its definition of settlement agreement, which is reached by mutual concession of both parts. We see that marriages exceed other marriage with the ability to compromise. Sometimes the wife gets her way, sometimes the husband gets his way, sometimes they meet in the middle and keep it moving. Had the honor during some events with Dr. Stephen Covey, author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We did some events in Australia. He said the most important habit was win-win. And on the Today Show, Al Roker said one morning that the key to his long, successful marriage was to understand that neither person has to be right all the time. It's a win-win. One of our greatest lessons came from the great divorce lawyer, Sanford or Sandy Berman, and his wife Linda. We had dinner with them. They've been married for 50 years. What was that? Okay. Oh, that's that. They've been married for 50 years. And he said the key is share the power, give and take, share the power. Not every one person has to share the power. Woo! That's the key. All right, and Renee said TikTok as well. We're gonna make it happen, Renee.
Okay.
All right, so our time is just about up. We want to again want you to go to take advantage of the Relationship Repair Series. It's 90-minute sessions. It's 5 of them, plus a bonus session, the 11 biggest mistakes people make in their marriage and relationship that mess them up. And join us with this marriage relationship series, relationship repair series, where you can we talk about communication, we talk about sex, we talk about money, we talk about family, and we talk about blended families. These are powerful. And when you do it right now, it's $199. We throw in a $40 download from our seminar series. So do it right now. Don't wait. Don't delay. Do it right now. That makes sense? Jolley?
Work on loving your spouse more than you love yourself.
Ooh.
A lot of the problems will go away.
Work on thank you, Cynthia.
More than you love yourself. It's a reciprocal.
She said the book is great. Thank you, Cynthia. Please go, y'all. Keep telling people. Tell everybody you know. We want this book to be in every household, every marriage couple. We want to help more married couples stay together, be better, and enjoy each other. We are happily married. We've been.
It's all due to me.
I agree. I give it to all to her.
I have the patience of Job.
I give it to all her.
Now I know you're lying because you know I don't have patience.
None. So look, folks, we want to thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for supporting us. The new show name is the Jolley Marriage Show. How y'all like that? You like that, Terrence? You like that new name?
Easier.
And the new YouTube channel is JolleyMarriageShow.com. Okay? That's it. But look, go to JolleyMarriage.com/events to get the Relationship Repair Series, $199. Do it right now. This download is going to disappear, so you want to get it now. And we'll see you soon. Tell this everybody you know to watch us and get the book because we want to save marriage. Excuse me. And let's see, LinkedIn user love the show tonight. Thank you. I don't know if that's
a LinkedIn user.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Terrence. Is that you or that's somebody else? I might look like.
Probably Terrence. Let me see.
All right, and thank y'all. JolleyMarriage.com/events is for the registration for the Relationship Repair Series. Correct. You're right. And so, events with the S. So thank y'all. You see, we got our Howard mom and dad shirt on.
Proud mom and dad.
Mom and dad from Howard Law School, dad and mom. And we're excited because our son, he's been out a number of years. Thank you, Greg Kazari. He said good stuff. I'm going to post your video that you and your wife did. It was so fantastic.
Gladys says, my long-term girlfriend over 40 years.
Yes.
Gladys Pemberton says, nice program. Separate vacations work for some.
Well, maybe it work for some. She ain't going nowhere without me, Gladys. I told her when she leaves me, I'm coming with her. So when she go on vacation, I'm going to be right in the bag with her. I did tell her, though, if she wanted to go on a yoga retreat where they have the silence, the silent yoga retreats.
I'm looking for one.
I am opt out of that one. I can't be silent. I'm going to be walking around and say, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
You'll be going, but you will be silent. You'll have to step outside and holler.
Every now and then I got to holler outside. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk to the squirrels.
Yeah, you will.
Love y'all. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. Share this with everybody. We want more people to be happy and loving each other. Sherry Elliott, everybody. All right. Love y'all. Good night. Here we go with our music on the way out. Let's see if I can get this to work a little longer. Here we go.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.